Great ovation for the anthem, and Gareth Southgate was singing it loud and proud with his arm around the shoulder of his assistant Steve Holland. What a moment for Gareth Southgate. He has got rid of his blue jacket, but he's wearing his waistcoat. Not really a night for waistcoats. It is quite warm here inside the stadium, but he steps down into the tunnel and the teams shake one another's hands. The Tunisia side this evening to begin their World Cup campaign here. Young Muaz Hassan, the goalkeeper. Then a back four of Gillan Bron, Siam Ben Youssef and Yassine Maria, with Ali Maloul at left back. In midfield, Elias Skiri and Ferjani Sassi, with Naim Sliti playing behind Wabi Kazri, the Sunderland man who's been on loan in France this season. He's the captain tonight, with the wide men, Anis Badri on the right and Fakhreddin Ben Youssef on the left-hand side, who's a big man, 6'4". And the England team to begin the World Cup here in Volgograd is Jordan Pickford in goal, his competitive debut. Three central defenders in Kyle Walker, John Stones and Harry Maguire. So the most capped man in the squad, Gary Cahill, only a substitute. Kieran Trippier and Ashley Young are the wing-backs. Jordan Henderson has Lingard and Ali either side of him in midfield, with Raheem Sterling playing off Harry Kane. The Tunisia players are just posing for their team photograph. All white kit with the red numbers, and England all in red tonight, already getting into position and just going around giving one another a final hug and a final good luck message. So Chris Waddle, it's about to begin for England.
This is it. This is where you start. This is where you go. It's been difficult for a lot of teams in this tournament so far who are really rated highly to go and beat the so-called lesser nations who are not as good at football supposedly. Every team apart from Russia's found it very difficult, and I'm sure England would love to get off to a winning start tonight.
Well, it is about time that England exceeded expectations at a major tournament. It has not happened for too long. Gareth Southgate has brought here to Russia this young squad, this inexperienced squad, and they're playing a Tunisian team that is ranked 21 in the world, lost by only 1-0 against Spain just before the World Cup, drew with Portugal, drew with Turkey. Before that, before the Spain game, they had not lost for over a year. This could be a very hard night for England. But Gareth Southgate has told his players to go out and enjoy representing England at a World Cup. They haven't won, England, their opening match at a tournament for 12 years, since World Cup 2006. But we're almost ready now here in Volgograd on the 5th day. In the 14th match, England are about to play for the first time at this 2018 World Cup, and it will be England to get the match underway. We're just waiting for the whistle from the Colombian referee, Wilmar Roldan, who is just glancing at his watch. Bright blue shirt that he's wearing. The video assistant referee is from Brazil, Sandro Ricci. He is in the control centre. And here in the stadium, on 5 Live, England's World Cup campaign in Russia begins as the ball is played back into central defence to John Stones, and immediately out it goes to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. In this first half, as we look high up in the second tier on the dugout side of the stadium, England playing from right to left. And Maguire gets his first touch at a World Cup. Last time England were at a tournament, Harry Maguire and his brothers were in France as supporters, as paying spectators. And now 2 years later, here he is, starting the tournament in the team preferred to Gary Cahill. Kyle Walker, Tunisia haven't had a touch yet. And then a long pass from over on the right-hand side from Kieran Trippier betrays a few nerves, a little bit of adrenaline. He overhits it through to the young goalkeeper, Hassan.
Decent start by England from the kick-off, though. They kept the ball very well, and you've got to say Tunisia come out the blocks quickly, try to press them, try to get the ball back quickly. England passed it around them very, very well. Unfortunately, Trippier's ball goes too long, but now Tunisia's getting the ball, and they like to look after it.
Tunisia 0, England 0. And if you're rushing home to see England playing at the World Cup, It is on BBC One tonight. Guy Mowbray and Martin Keown are just over to our left, so you can watch it when you get home, but you can also listen to the 5 Live commentary as well with the pictures. It's all synced up via the red button. That is live now for you. The ball played back to goalkeeper Hassan, who is under pressure, and he's passed it straight out of play.
He should have sent it. England pressed him really high there and went back to the keeper. He didn't have an option. He should have played it long up to Kazri, who was on his own up front. He didn't. And it's a throw in. England took quickly.
Throw in for England that Young takes, and it finds its way all the way back towards the halfway line to John Stones, who actually plays it, rather shanks it some distance behind Kyle Walker.
It's 3 off the tee, that was.
It was. Anyway, it finds its way back to John Stones, who uses Kyle Walker. Just a few months ago, wouldn't have expected him in central defence. But the ball is played over the top, down the right-hand side, and Dele Alli takes it on and crosses into the edge of the penalty area. Oh, they haven't cleared it. Tunisia, Lingard with a chance, and the goalkeeper is able to save it on the line. Poor defending from Tunisia. They had the chance to clear their lines. They didn't take it, and Lingard actually should have scored from 6-7 yards.
It's a great ball by John Henderson. He hooks it on behind. Dele Alli fizzes it across as a biscuit. He should clear the defender. Dawdles on it, and Lingard, good save with the keeper's left foot, but he should score.
He was central. He was in the middle of the goal, Lingard. He had the chance, but it was too close to the goalkeeper. However, England will take heart from that nervous start from Tunisia, who've not won a match at a World Cup since 1978. Here's the corner then. Trippier takes it, and a bouncing header that Hassan has to dive to his right to claw away. It might have been bouncing wide in any case, actually, but the young goalkeeper, all in black, he's winning only his 4th cap here tonight, and it's bounced out of play, and actually I think it's... Has it been given as an offside?
It's an offside.
It's an offside.
There's 3 of them offside on the 6-yard box, but they cleared their lanes very quickly. There's the ball came in, out-swinging corner. They all got up very quickly, and they caught 3 of them offside. Yeah. But this is the key for England, really. They can sniff it out. Press them. They take risks, Tunisia. You can see that already. A lot of risks. Go and press them.
Jesse Lingard's shot. That was inches away from giving England the lead.
I know it's early in the game, but he's got to score that for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Tunisia 0, England 0. BBC 5 Live, and Tunisia yet to launch their first attack of the game, really, with nearly 4 minutes played. Ooh, Sterling, that was a strong challenge on Sterling. However, Dele Alli takes it on through the middle for England. Angle pass back. Now here's Lingard, squares it to the back post. Oh, and it's put wide. Sterling was in there in the 6-yard box. A slight angle, but that certainly should have been the opening goal for England, and Sterling has missed it.
He's just onside. Lingard's great reverse ball by Dele Alli, and Lingard does everything right. Picks Sterling out, coming in at the far post. It's a simple tap-in, let's be honest. He gets there, he had to adjust himself slightly, but he didn't know which foot to take it with. He's kicked it with his left foot. He should have took it with his right side foot, and he scuffed it wide. Great chance again. That's 2.
Still Tunisia 0, England 0. England should be in front, either through Lingard, certainly through Sterling. What a chance. And the goalkeeper actually has taken a bang as he came out to narrow the angle. Lingard squaring it to Sterling. I think on Lingard's follow-through, he must have caught
shoulder.
Hassan.
It's his shoulder. They're rubbing, and they're trying to get right to goal. That goalie's warming up. But just looking back at that chance we've saw it again and again on the replay, Sterling doesn't know which foot to take it with. It's a side foot, right foot, side foot, open goal. Why is he trying to swing his left at it? I do not know. And he's ended up scuffing it horribly wide. And I think it had both feet in fact.
Like hesitate.
He tried to adjust.
Yeah, he tried to pull the brakes on actually, because Lingard, rather than being able to play it in front of Sterling, it was straight at him. He was arriving at pace, and he just tried to get his feet right, and he got it all wrong.
Yep, right foot, side foot, and he scores. Goalkeeper's not happy about his shoulder. I think he realises it's going to be a hard evening for him.
Yeah, left shoulder. As I say, this goalkeeper, Mouaz Hassan, who's French-born. 7 of this Tunisian team are French-born, and he's still feeling his left shoulder with his gloved right hand, playing in Ligue 2 in France this season for Châteauroux, on loan from Nice.
Well, here's the first free kick of the game, is it, by Harry Maguire?
And it's a free kick to Tunisia that is going to be taken from way down in front of our commentary position. by Sarsi, one of these two central midfielders for the Tunisian side. They've not really settled into the match. They qualified for the World Cup, Tunisia, first in 1978. One of the World Cup in Argentina 40 years ago. They won their first match against Mexico and haven't won a game at the World Cup since, in 11 matches over those 40 years.
I think they look very nervous, John.
Very. Stones has to stretch here, but he is able to play it across to Walker, who immediately returns it to Stones, and then the ball is out to Kieran Trippier on the right-hand side. He only played for England for the first time, Trippier, a year ago. His family are England daft. They're football mad. He's got 15 of his family here in Russia, including his dad, who is as big an England fan as you'll find. So what a proud moment for the Trippier family, who I guess will be inside the stadium somewhere this evening. It's 0-0 on 5 Live. Harry Maguire's just going to have to stretch to keep it is, but he does on the left-hand side. And actually the player who came in to challenge, Badri, has gone down holding his face. The ball's been put out of play, and we've got another player down on the surface of the pitch.
Yeah,
Badri.
I hope we're not going to get this all night. People trying to get people booked and sent off. I didn't really see a lot happening with Harry Maguire. It's Ashley Young. He did catch him, but it's accidental. He does not mean to catch him like that. And they're all moaning about it. That was just an accident.
It was off the ball, actually. As Maguire was in possession, Ashley Young came in and sort of shielded Badri, but he's back on his feet, and the referee, I guess the VAR officials have told referee Roldan, who's spoken to Ashley Young, but it's nothing more than that, just a telling off. Kyle Walker fizzes a pass. That's 60, 70 yards. It's chested down by Dele Alli, but he can't keep it in, and it's out of play for a throw into Tunisia. So if you've joined us late, England's World Cup is underway here in Volgograd, and they should be in front. Chances for Lingard, that was saved by the goalkeeper's foot, and Sterling, that was missed badly. It was almost, well, it was an open goal. So Maloul, the left back, takes it on. For the first time now, we see Tunisia looking threatening with Slitty, Naeem Slitty. He was one of the players. I know you watch a lot of French football, Chris. You warned me about the potential of Slitty, and here he is now playing the ball to the right-hand side, where Ben Youssef has appeared.
What a ball that is.
Out to the left-hand side, and now Tunisia coming forward threateningly with Maloul. Tunisia with Khazri inside the penalty area, but it's played back into a central area to Sarsi, and now square. And out to the right-hand side, the pass though from Sarsi was way beyond the right-back Bron, and it's out of play for a throw into England. Another nervous touch from Tunisia.
You can see when England don't press, and you can't press all the time. You've got to be switched on. You hear Terry Butcher talking about the defence being organised, talking to each other. You've got to, because they are very talented. Maybe they do overplay too much.
5 Live, every time there's a match at this World Cup, whenever it's on, you'll hear commentary from BBC Radio, either on 5 Live, here on 5 Live, on Sports Extra, or via the BBC Sport website. 3 more matches for you tomorrow. This time tomorrow night, we'll be bringing you commentary from St. Petersburg on Russia's second match. That should be an occasion as well in the very proud Russian city of St. Petersburg. Here in Volgograd, way down in the south, next to the Volga River, we're watching England bringing the ball over the halfway line. Maguire to Young. Young turns and plays it back towards Harry Maguire, who goes back into central defence. And John Stones uses Walker again, who has a look up. Kyle Walker, and gives it to his former clubmate Trippier, who chips it back into central defence. Patient play from England, the whistles from the Tunisian fans. It's actually quite difficult to tell whether there are more Tunisian fans or England fans inside the ground. Harry Kane now gets the ball back from Sterling. Kane shoots, it took a little deflection. The goalkeeper has kept it in, but the assistant on the far side says it was out, which is just as well for the goalkeeper, because he very nearly presented the ball to Dele Alli.
He did, trying to keep it in, but England in first corner got caught offside, but they won the header. England very dangerous at set pieces.
First time we've seen Harry Kane, the England captain, yet to score at a tournament. Failed to score for the under-21s. Didn't score 2 years ago in France either. Corner, Young to take it from the left-hand side. He mops his perspiring brow, and here's the delivery, which is headed and saved and touched into the net. England are in front, and it's Harry Kane. He's got his goal in a major finals. He's got his first goal in a World Cup finals, and England have their first goal here in Russia. 1-0 England.
Well, again, I said the danger some set pieces. Ashley Young just floats one in. I think it's Harry Maguire gets up, he hits the target. and Harry Kane reacts first. Nobody tracks him, and he's there with a side foot volley. It's a great save by the keeper. He's done ever so well to get across the goal. Great header, sorry, by Stones it is, who gets up far post. And who's there? Harry Kane. Side foot volley, 1-0. And they've got to say they've deserved it.
The corner from the Ashley Young delivery. Powerful header from John Stones. 8-9 yards out. The goalkeeper actually did extremely well to claw it out, diving to his left, but he clawed it out with his left hand. And who was there in the 6-yard box, right on the spot? Harry Kane, who continues this record of scoring in every match when he has started as the England captain. That is now 7 goals in the 6 matches he started as the captain. And actually the run in all England games for Harry Kane is 9 in his last 8 appearances. Just what England needed, the early goal, and the early goal for Captain Kane.
Yeah, and his set pieces, first corner they won, they were offside. This time Raheem Sterling would have been offside if he tapped in, but Harry Kane was alongside Stones as he headed it. He followed in, he anticipated it, and he got the side foot volley. He got his reward, 1-0.
Come on, Chris, you've been involved in so many major tournaments. To score in the first 15 minutes is really important.
Yeah, but they've dominated as well, let's be honest. They've had a little bit of play, Tunisia. They show what they can do. They do overplay. The goalkeeper's gone down again. They need a great save from Stones' header, but nobody followed in and bought him, Harry Kane, so I think he could say his game is finished.
Well, whether he injured his shoulder further because he was diving to his left,
and he really had stretched him. It was a really good save.
And he is lying on his right side in the Tunisian penalty area. What an enormous disappointment for this young man, Mouaz Hassan, who only made his first appearance for Tunisia back in March, was selected to start in the World Cup, and in the opening minutes has injured his shoulder. I think he was caught, wasn't he, by Jesse Lingard when Lingard went through for England's first goal-scoring opportunity, and it would appear that he is going to struggle to continue in this match. So we've got a little bit of a stoppage while Hassan receives treatment, and the England players are going across and receiving the water bottles. It is quite warm here in the stadium. We're 2 hours ahead of you in the UK, so it's late in the evening here. It's getting dark in Volgograd, and the England players are now making their way back out to take up a position, and I think that is going to be it. That is the end. Oh, and he's in tears, the poor lad, Mouaz Hassan. That's actually quite upsetting to see him having to leave the field, and his teammates are going across, and 1 or 2 giving him a little kiss on the side of his head. And his World Cup, I mean, his feelings tonight, to think he was going to play in a World Cup and it's lasted less than quarter of an hour.
Well, you just feel for the lad, and will Tunisia qualify for the next one or the one up there? So he might never get another chance, and it's a horrible way to end the World Cup, being injured.
We're still waiting, actually, for the substitution to be completed. I'm not sure if, I presume it's Matlouthi who is going to come on, or is it? I thought Matlouthi was being prepared, and it looks as though, because Matlouthi has been the long-time first choice for Tunisia, the 33-year-old, who has quite a stellar record, really, in African football, and it's not him, no, it is Farouk Ben Mustafa who is coming on to the field. So Ben Mustafa, who is actually the nominated number 1, coming on to win his 15th cap.
I wonder if the other goalkeeper, John's got a slight injury himself,
which would explain why perhaps he hasn't started the match. So we've had a long stoppage there while Hassan received his treatment, and eventually the substitution was made. But that is strange, because that has taken a long time for Tunisia to make that change. So Ben Mustafa steps into Tunisia's World Cup. England are leading by 1-0. This is BBC 5 Live at the World Cup with England. Chris Waddle, part of the commentary team here in Volgograd. You can listen as well via the BBC Sport app. You can watch it on BBC One, and you can listen to us, our commentary with the pictures, via the red button. But England with the ball at the back after that lengthy stoppage. needing to keep the focus, and Walker, who was being pressed here, manages to win a goal kick as he was being pressed on the far side by Badri.
It could be better for England, is because you're going to see now Tunisia are going to press. They've got to get back into the game. They haven't shown. They've had one decent spell of passing the ball in this first 16 minutes, and now look how high they're pressing. They're making England kick it long, and they realise they've got to try and get a goal back very quickly.
Tunisia 0, England 1, and Tunisia in possession centrally with Sarsi now out to the right hand side, where it's played infield by Ben Youssef. And Ben Youssef now, challenged by Young, and Ben Youssef, who, as I've mentioned, is 6'4", went down very easily there. There wasn't too much in that. It was a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. No free kick given. And now Walker at the back for England in the right back position. Hits a long ball downfield towards Sterling. It's headed away, but possession given back to England, and Lingard in the orange boots finds space on the left-hand side for Ashley Young. Young now making good ground down the left-hand side. Checks back, gives it to Sterling, who's available. And now Sterling with a little touch back towards Harry Maguire. Again, Raheem Sterling turns, tight area, 3 Tunisians around him, but he does well. Walker now slips the ball to Trippier on the right-hand side. Trippier drives it across between 2 England players. Half cleared, then Henderson with a shot that is saved down to his right by the new goalkeeper, Ben Mustafa.
Well, I think Gareth Southgate was hoping England would put a performance on from the off, and they have so far. It could easily be 4-0 up. They've been that good against Tunisia. Tunisia can't get a kick.
And Jordan Henderson with that latest effort from 25 yards. Famously, never scored for England in a senior international. This is his 40th cap, the most capped player in this England team that started this World Cup here, and started it well too, against a frankly nervous and rather fragile looking Tunisian team. Goal kick Tunisia.
I totally agree with you, John. They've got I know they were talking England up, saying they were a good side, and they've come out. They look more nervous than England, and England really, for me, so far in this game have been excellent. Pressed, creating chances. Not at the other end, they look solid, and they've passed the ball early, well.
I mean, at the other end, I'm not sure whether. I mean, how many touches has Khazri had of the ball? Very few. Maguire wins a header on the halfway line from the Tunisian goal kick and heads it straight out of play. Just in front of the Tunisian dugout, their coach Nabil Maloul is standing there in his red trainers and his black body warmer. Ball hooked forward for Tunisia. Khazri beaten in the air by John Stones. The ball is passed forward towards goal scorer Harry Kane. Kane infield to Lingard. Now the ball out from Lingard beyond Trippier and out of play for a throw-in. Lingard's just taken a bang there just after he played it.
Just on the ankle as he plays it. There's a late challenge goes in. It's not a free kick though. Would say just overhits him. A good play again by England. Into feet, Harry Kane, lovely little tough turn.
You know, England have not won their first match at a tournament, either World Cup or European Championship, since Germany in 2006. Since then, and that was against Paraguay. I think you and I watched that match together. It was an early own goal, and England won it 1-0 in Frankfurt against Paraguay. Since then, didn't make it to Euro 2008, drew in South Africa against the USA, drew against France in 2012, lost to Italy in 2004, and 2 years ago we watched England draw against Russia when the Russians scored that late equaliser after Eric Dyer's free kick goal. England 1-0 up here, and perhaps on the course for the victory that they want to start this campaign. Jordan Pickford is coming out to take this free kick halfway inside the England half. Out on the far side of the field, there are some empty white seats. You can clearly see them around the stadium, so it's not completely full, but it'll be early 40,000s in terms of the attendance. Pickford then with this long free kick up towards Harry Kane, the goal scorer. It's out to Dele Alli. Kane gets a good touch as he falls actually, and very nearly set Dele Alli in round the outside, but it's cleared out of play for a throw into England, just about level with the edge of the Tunisian box. Trippier takes it back to Walker, and then they go back to Stones again, the middle man of this England back three. Heavy-ish touch by Maguire, but he's able to recover and give it to Young. Young lifts it forward, but that's blocked by right-back Bron. Young gets another chance, though. Henderson now playing a square ball towards Walker. Lots of options for Walker in front of him. Instead, he goes short to Henderson, and then a little pass towards Dele Alli. Ali for Walker, and Walker continues to bring it forward. It bounces for Sterling on the edge of the area. He rides the challenge that comes in on him, tries to flick it as he's challenged again, and it is Tunisia who break away with the ball. Khazri's pulled out towards the left-hand side, but Slitty, I'm not sure he was aware of where he was. Khazri, he went right, and that came to nothing, and Pickford now hits it long downfield to the goalkeeper.
They're just not letting Tunisia play. Tunisia's trying to get on the ball, and you can see they're a passing side. They want to show their abilities, but give England credit. They've hustled them, they've got the ball back, and England have played some great stuff.
And Tunisia came into this World Cup, I mean, they've known this for long enough. They lost their star player, Youssouf Masakni of Sevilla, who picked up a knee injury well in advance of the World Cup, cruciate injury, that put him out of the competition. They also lost their first choice forward, Taha Yassin Kanisi. So important players they lost, and they do, as we say, look like they're lacking a cutting edge. However, here's Bron away down the right-hand side for Tunisia. Bron with a cross, and it's bounced off the recovering Dele Alli behind for Tunisia's first corner.
And that's the first bit of mix-up we've seen. Harry Maguire gets dragged into, instead of staying in the zone and watching the runner for cover, he drags into it. Ashley Young gets dragged inside, and they all think the ball's coming inside, and that's an easy. Bron gets right round the back, gets himself a corner out of it.
So the first time that England have had to defend a set piece, Khazri is going to take this. Wabi Khazri, still a Sunderland player, on loan at Rennes this season, where he did well actually. They ended up in mid-table. Khazri standing with his hands on his hips, swings the ball. It's an out swinger, but it's over everyone inside the box. Stretch forward on the edge of the area, but Tunisia pick up possession again with Slitty, and Slitty moves away from Ali, and Slitty shoots from an angle, but that sails away high and wide into the England fans, actually just behind where Rachel Burden's standing down there, and the supporters she gives us a little wave as well down there.
Just saw Slitty there, great turn, how he gets away, and bit of skill, but we won't talk much about the shot, high and wide.
Yeah, less said about that, the better. Yeah, you'll hear Rachel, by the way, obviously during the course of this match and the evening. We will have a 6:06 this evening. Kelly Cates and Terry Butcher live in Moscow for that, and Rachel will be live here in Volgograd into 5 Live Breakfast in the morning from 6 o'clock. Here's Ashley Young on the left-hand side as England mount another attack. They're winning 1-0. Young, right foot across to the back post. Lingard is there, and he's bounced his shot into the ground and wide, and that's another good chance that has gone begging for England.
I'm just thinking, I hope they don't get punished. It should be 5-0. He's onside. The marking is absolutely atrocious from Tunisia. Once you get 3 or 4 passes and you get in a wide-ish area, you don't have to be high, just put it in the box. England's got 3 or 4 every time that ball goes in the box. They're queuing up to put it in. Unfortunately, it's only Harry Kane can.
Badly mishit that, really, by Lingard.
Should be game over. This should be game over.
And this is something that we have said about England while they have been developing this system. You know, they haven't been putting teams away by any means. England, now as we sit here this evening, their last defeat was over a year ago. So they've gone throughout the course of this season unbeaten. Started this season with the World Cup qualifier in Malta, where they actually laboured to a 4-0 win. 3 of the goals, remember, came very late. But since then, 2 against Slovakia, 1 against Slovenia, 1 against Lithuania. Germany and Brazil were 0-0 draws. 1-0 in Amsterdam against the Netherlands. 1 against Italy in the draw. And then in the 2 warm-up games against Nigeria and Costa Rica, 2 goals in each of those matches. So, chances coming and going. And as Chris Waddle rightly says, England supporters will be hoping that they don't live to regret the misses. Here they come down the right-hand side again, though, but Sterling just a poor touch, really, and Tunisia have got the ball back in central defence with Bron. Gillan Bron plays it to the right-hand side. He had a Badri, and then it comes back into central defence to Siam Ben Youssouf, and now out to the left-hand side to Maloul. And Maloul, who's had a hamstring injury coming up to this World Cup, but is obviously shaken it off, recovered from it, and then a ball through the middle for Khazri to chase, but Jordan Pickford will get there well ahead of Khazri and dive forward and gather the ball into his chest. We've had 25 minutes of England's World Cup campaign. The first match here earlier in the opening match in this group, Belgium won well by 3-0 against Panama. A couple of goals from Lukaku, 1 from Mertens, very good first goal from Mertens, and earlier Sweden 1-0 winners against South Korea. But you watched that game, Chris. Panama And you said they're not to be underestimated.
No.
Oh, Maguire has given it away to Khazri. That's dangerous. Khazri plays it across. Important touch from Stones. It was left by Walker, and still Tunisia in possession. Khazri takes it up, tries to find a way through on the edge of the box, and then an effort from just outside the D, which was deflected. The shot from Sarsi, Pickford diving to his right, but it was wide by a yard for a corner.
Well, sometimes, you've got to know when to send the ball, when to clear your lanes, and really he needs to be shouted at there, Maguire. Clear it. Sometimes you can't play all the time.
Another corner, this time from the left-hand side. Wabi Khazri to take this, an in-swinger into the 6-yard box, which is headed up and away, securely away by Harry Maguire, whose error led to that Tunisian chance. So he's made up for it with that defensive header. Slitty plays it to the left-hand side. Tunisia pressing towards the bulk of the England fans, or at least where all of the flags are, most of the flags. Ball into the penalty area, and Badri got his head to it, but headed it well wide. Ben Youssef it was actually, the big man, so headed it well wide for a goal kick. 1-0 England lead, Chris Waddle.
Yeah, again, they just come into the game there. Harry Maguire got caught in possession, fell asleep a bit. Then he nearly punished in England from the corner. Decent ball in, England clear the lanes, but I was just wondering, England's come out the blocks at a wonderful pace and tempo, but how long? It's a warm evening. How long can you keep that going? We're coming up to 30 minutes now. The game should be finished.
England through the middle. Kane flicks it on with his head, but it's cleared away on the edge of the penalty area, and Sarsi takes it forward and looks for the pass that is intercepted by Walker, and then it's deflected out of play on the far side by Trippier for an England throw. Final touch was off Slitty, so a throw in just almost up on the halfway line.
Well, England's had 7 shots and 4 on target, and let's be honest, this game should be easy, 4-5-0.
Sterling should have scored, certainly. That was the most glaring miss, although Lingard's wasn't far behind at the back post. Lingard also had a shot saved by young goalkeeper Hassan, who then had to go off injured. But Tunisia, over the course of the last 5 or 6 minutes, have recovered a little more ground. The score, though, is Tunisia 0, England 1. Henderson swings the pass out to the right-hand side, but across moves Maria, the left-sided central defender, but all he can do is deflect it out of play for a throw-in to England, 10 yards away from the corner flag. Trippier's already in position to take it. Throws it back towards Kyle Walker. He takes a touch and then rolls it back into central defence. Harry Maguire passes it to Ali, who tries a flick, but it doesn't come off, and Tunisia will bring the ball forward. And in fact, the referee says he used a hand to control it. Skiri in midfield, who protests about it, but it is a free kick. And it's Bron, the right back, actually, who is making the point. The Tunisian fans, you can hear what they think of that, and this is quite a protest by the Tunisian supporters for that decision. But the replays that we're seeing here
It is a handball.
Are showing us that it's clearly a handball.
It is.
Hit his upper left arm. Free kick then, in a good position for England. They're 1-0 up through Harry Kane's goal, a 6-yard box finish.
Ashley Young should be putting this in. Just drop one in behind. It's Trippier. Just put it in that space between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot. Just drop it in there. You don't have to put a lot of pace on it. Just drop it in there. They just can't defend set pieces.
Trippier stands with 2 hands aloft. Harry Kane on the edge of the penalty area. That Tunisian line is inching further and further out from the edge of the penalty area. The England players, there's the whistle. Trippier plays it in, just lifts it towards the back post, and it's headed across by Maguire. Had the whistle gone?
No.
I think there was a whistle in the crowd.
Yeah, maybe whoever was marking him had a hold of him.
And he headed it goalwards, and it was a comfortable save. Henderson now into a central area where Dali Ali gets a touch, but it got caught up underneath the feet of Harry Kane, and Tunisia have to pass it away from the back. A flick towards Slitty, but Kieran Trippier was aware of the danger and deflected it out of play, actually off Slitty, and it's a free throw into England on the far side.
Arguing about Tunisia, you can see he played it off Slitty, Kyle Walker. Trippier, sorry, I don't know what they're moaning about.
1-0 to England. We've played half an hour, and it's so far so good, Chris Waddle, for Gareth Southgate's England.
Excellent. Gary Maguire got caught in possession once. Probably that was the only scare they've had, and this game should be put to bed. It should be 4-5-0 for me.
And England obviously would be targeting that second goal before half-time.
Get as many as you can. You don't know how tight the group's going to finish up, do you?
You were going to say about Panama as well.
Yeah, Panama, they're not bad. I watched them today. Belgium found them hard to break down. They had a few chances themselves.
And on the basis of that, actually, just a little question on that. Would you be tempted to play Rashford against the Panama team?
Yeah, why not? I mean, obviously Sterling's doing so far all right tonight. I don't think he'll leave him out, but Rashford's in form as he showed in them friendlies before this tournament.
Yes, Sterling gets the ball back from Dele Alli, gives it back to Ali on the right-hand side. He drives it across, takes a deflection, and it's cleared away on the edge of the 6-yard box by Siam Ben Youssef. Again, there were red shirts, there were three options in the middle. England flooding forward and searching for that second goal.
Well, Tunisia can't cope with Sterling, Ali and Lingard, and obviously Harry Kane.
Khazri's dropped out to the right-hand side. A little bustling, shaven-headed figure, Wabi Khazri. And now he's got support on the right-hand side from Braun. Gives it back to Khazri. And they go back further towards the halfway line. Tunisia, the Eagles of Carthage, as they call them. Not sure whether they do actually call them that, the supporters, but that is one of those African nicknames. Here's Slitty in a central area. Slitty plays it square towards Khazri. He's 30 yards out, Khazri. Henderson closes him down, so it goes out to Braun on the right-hand side. Khazri makes a run into the box. Square towards Skiri. And now again, Braun takes the ball on the right-hand side. Curls over the cross, but it's beyond Kyle Walker. And he's given a penalty for Walker's challenge.
That was... No, you know, that is... He's conned the referee, I'm sorry. He's lying on the floor holding his face. As soon as he gives it, he jumps in and says thanks very much.
Fakhreddin Ben Youssef.
He's checking the foul.
Fakhreddin Ben Youssef challenged Kyle Walker. There's a yellow card being shown to Walker. VAR is being used here. We're seeing on our screen that they are checking the foul. Already we've seen a yellow card shown to Kyle Walker.
There's an arm's caught him. His left arm is swung round. I don't think there's any intention, but it has caught him.
And so we have a penalty. And the England players are still... The check is over. We're seeing on our screen the check is over. It is going to be a penalty. So yellow card for Kyle Walker. And that's come out of almost nowhere. The big man, the number 8, Fakhreddin Ben Youssef, just putting pressure on Kyle Walker. And as the challenge came in, Walker just, his arm swung round, caught Ben Youssef, who went down. The referee was very close, less than 10 yards away. And it is a penalty to Tunisia.
I've got to say, John, he's very unlucky, Kyle Walker. I think it's just his body, the way he takes him around, the way he spins and looking at the ball. His arm comes up and he's made a meal of it. He made a meal of it. And the referee's bought it. But when you see the replay, his arm does touch him.
Well, it's one of the tried and tested penalty takers in this Tunisian squad, Ferjani Sassi, who is going to take it. He takes the penalties for his club in Saudi Arabia, Al Nassr. Scored 3 and 4 matches at one point this season. So England now, for Tunisia, this will be a major break here to get back into this game, to get level. Jordan Pickford stands on the line, a chance here. Remember, he scored. Remember, Pickford saved a penalty for the under-21s at the European Championship tournament. Now looking to do the same for England at the World Cup. Sassi with a penalty for Tunisia. This to make it 1-1. Up he comes, right-footed, and Pickford went the right way but couldn't keep it out. It was a very good low penalty into the bottom corner, and it is Tunisia 1, England 1, and England have paid for not taking their chances.
Well, you've got to say, John, the run-up wasn't convincing, but the finish at the bottom corner was. They hit that right inside the side net. Jordan Pickford gambles. He just can't save it right in the bottom corner. So much against the run of play, it's frightening. How this game is 1-1, I cannot believe. It's a great pass. Jordan Pickford actually got a hand to it, nearly kept it out. But when you look at the replay, Kyle Walker's arm does hit the guard, but there's no intent.
Tunisia 1, England 1. And that's put a dampener on things for England.
Unbelievable. What a game football is.
And now it's a worry for England, having had such a good opening half hour. 35 minutes played now. Kane wins a header just outside the penalty area, and I think he was caught there, Harry Kane. He's okay, climbs to his feet. He's holding his right hip, his lower back. He's okay, Kane, though. He's on his feet. And Tunisia have possession deep inside their own half. So England, the dominant force over the course of the first half hour and more, but pegged back by that penalty. It's almost a freak moment, really.
I mean, nobody's headed it, has he? He's went to jump. Cowater's trying to sort of block him off slightly, which happens in the game. Could Cowater went and headed it? He didn't really need to, we thought. So he's just probably guarded, pushed him away. His arm swings round, catches him. He's gone down.
And so we have a score line of Tunisia 1, England 1.
Just can't believe it's 1-1.
So England have to start again, and that's a poor ball from Harry Maguire, nowhere near Walker, and now it'll be taken on by Slitty, and he's going to use Khazri, who slips at the crucial moment. Khazri, and England can break away on the counter-attack. Ali, just inside his own half, plays it to Sterling on the left-hand side. Sterling's motoring now, he has options as well, and he plays it forward for the angled run, but he's hit it through for a goal kick.
Raheem Sterling gives you so much. You think, well, this is going to be it, right there. He's overrun it. It's gone out of play. He's been caught in possession 3 or 4 times already. He's missed a sitter. You know, and you just think you've got to step up to the level. He's got to start taking his chances. He's got to look after the ball a lot better.
Raheem Sterling. Kyle Walker, had made a run almost into the opposition right back area to receive that pass, and Sterling got it all wrong. Tunisia 1, England 1, and England just wobbling a little here after conceding the equaliser. I mean, they must be kicking themselves. They'll know it as well as anyone. Here's Sterling now down the left-hand side. He's challenged by Bron. That was a little heavy from Bron, and it is a free kick to England in the right-back position.
Well, that's a little bit better by Sterling. Gets his back into him, so he's earned the foul in a great position. We've saw already England so dominant at set pieces. This is a great opportunity now again.
BBC 5 live here in Volgograd, in this futuristic stadium with the flashing lights and the lattice work around the outside, and on the inside it looks as though England might be about to make a change. Fabian Delph is stripped off and ready for action, so someone has got a problem. Is it Dele Alli?
Is it Dele Alli or Lingard? It's one of them.
Dele Alli's just flexing his right leg.
He is.
Yep. On the edge of the 6-yard box. But England have got a set piece here, and they're not going to make the change before it. This is a worry. Henderson makes a run to the near post. The ball is delivered across towards the back post. It's headed down and across. A little flick by Dele Alli. It hits the crossbar. It's hooked down. It's turned goalwards. And John Stones has shanked it. He sliced it horribly. It landed in front of him 6 yards out. He took a swing at it, and he hit it almost sideways.
I know it probably worked on the system, which is working.
Oh, there's a VAR call here. We're seeing on our screen they are checking for a potential penalty, a potential foul in the incident there. Now,
check over.
The check is over. Are we going to see? I mean, it was mayhem. It was a scramble inside the penalty area, and the VAR officials are happy clearly that there was not a foul in there. They've checked it. There's no foul, and the score remains Tunisia 1, England 1. Chance for John Stones.
You know what? They've worked on the shape, they've worked on possession, they've worked on set pieces. They obviously haven't been working on finishing enough, because the amount of chances.
Harry Kane, looking at the pictures, I'm saying here, I mean, to check for that, Harry Kane is hauled over inside the penalty area.
How do they not give that? We just saw a replay, what they see. Why they not give it?
I'm not sure they were looking for that.
Referees, they talk a lot of rubbish. When you were talking to you before the tournament, absolute rubbish they talk.
Chris, as Jesse Lingard is shrugged off the ball and he's fouled, and it's a free kick forward of the centre circle. The score is 1-1. I'll tell you, I sat in that briefing for an hour and a half, and one of the examples that we were shown
was that
the referees said, Pierluigi Collina said, that they would clamp down on was exactly what we've just seen here on the replay, with Harry Kane being wrestled to the ground by a defender. They said that will be given as a penalty.
Well, they talk rubbish as usual, don't they? You know what? They say things and they never do it. And you know what? Why do they have all these meetings in what they're going to do? Cut down on diving, cut down. They never cut down on anything. Nothing.
Tunisia 1, England 1. We're into the last 5 minutes of the first half, and it's in the balance. It shouldn't be. It's a free kick for England. This very high Tunisian line. They've actually brought everyone back. Everyone is in their own defensive third for Tunisia to defend this set piece.
Just drop it in behind. Just drop it in behind.
It's taken short. Trippier then lifts it into the penalty area, stretching header away by Siam Ben Youssef, bounces down into the right back area where Tunisia try to win a throw-in or a corner off Dele Alli, but it doesn't bounce out of play. Dele Alli puts in the challenge. It is kept in, still inside the Tunisian penalty area, and it will be cleared away, or it should be cleared away by Skiri. Actually, he plays a short pass, and they win themselves a throw-in.
They do take risks. They're very brave on the ball. They believe in looking after the ball. Sort of tight areas as well.
Well, that's what we've seen from them, isn't it, in those warm-up matches?
All the risks they take.
They were 2-0 down to Portugal in one of their warm-up games in the build-up to this World Cup, came back to draw 2-2. Turkey, one of the better sides that aren't at this World Cup, 2-2 draw with them. And actually, they had their chances to beat Spain. They were a little unfortunate in that match to lose 1-0.
Put the ball in the box. Put the ball back in the box again.
Free kick, Young is fouled, and a free kick out here on the left-hand side, just a short distance away from where Tunisian coach Nabil Maloul is shepherding his side. String of instructions. And again we see this Tunisian back line holding its line well outside of the penalty area. Trippier has come across. Again, just as Chris said, the idea will be that he just drops it in over the defensive line on the edge of the penalty area. Harry Kane waiting on the far side of the D. Just keep an eye on him. Here's the delivery. It's flicked on by Henderson into the penalty area. Nodded down. Lingard with a chance. Left foot shot deflected over the top from 14 yards. Corner.
I'm not sure I was going over the top to start with, whether I did deflection or not. The amount of chances England have carved out, set pieces, put every ball in the box. They win every, Harry Maguire stones. They win every one. That might have been on target, but another chance.
5 Live from the BBC. And England with a corner. Ashley Young to deliver from the left-hand side. Right-footed and in-swinger. Ashley Young, the oldest man in the squad, preferred to Danny Rose to start the World Cup campaign here. Young, the referee, is just keeping an eye on the movement inside the box. Here's the delivery from Young. It's a deep one towards the far side of the penalty area. Harry Maguire's ended up on the ground. It's taken on round the outside by Trippier on the right-hand side. Swings it into the 6-yard box, but it's safely caught by goalkeeper Ben Mustafa.
Trippier did very well, you know, to get the byline. If somebody gambles in the post, they've got a little flick and it's a tap in, it's a goal.
The delivery from goalkeeper Ben Mustafa was like an invitation for England to start another attack. He just landed it to Harry Maguire in the centre circle and went nowhere near it.
That's like a goalkeeper in your junior school kick.
He apologised to his teammates, who I think had a look at him and gave him the Tunisian for, are you serious? Ball forward, ball towards Lingard. Lingard pokes it past the keeper, it hits the post and bounces wide. Oh goodness me. Lingard again, he could have had a hat-trick in the first half. Just a long ball over the top from the right-hand side for Lingard to chase. He was cleaned through, just a little touch past Ben Mustafa, rolling goalwards. It struck the outside of the post and bounced wide.
Well, I don't know who's tracking him. Give the goalie a little bit of credit. He put Lingard off slightly, forced the issue, he lifts it over him, and we all think it's just going to trickle into the net or hit the post and come back to him. It hits the post and goes out of play. That's 12 shots England have had, 5 on target. This game should be history.
However, it's Tunisia 1, England 1. Harry Kane giving England the lead with their first goal at this World Cup after a John Stones header was saved. Kane scored in the 6-yard box. That was in the 11th minute. And then England, chances coming and going on a regular basis before Kyle Walker with the flailing arm caught Ben Youssef in the box. Penalty given, scored by Sarsi, and it's 1-1. That was in the 35th minute.
Why do all the chances not fall Harry Kane?
He's only had the one chance. Actually,
look what happened.
There was another shot that was deflected wide.
Maybe, but
here now in the penalty area, Sterling, long ball, tried to take it on, but slipped as he did so, not able to do that. And so Tunisia, 3 minutes of added time being played at the end of the first half here on this beautifully warm evening. Thankfully, fly free up here in the commentary position. How on earth the Russians have done that? Well, I suspect several thousand tons of insecticide has probably played a part in it.
A lot of people have said that about Russians.
Well, careful or we might get taken off the air. Ashley Young plays it back towards Pickford in the penalty area. Pickford passes it out to Jordan Henderson, who drops it deep. The two Sunderland boys there. Oh, and Henderson has played it wide to Pickford, and Pickford in the full-back position has been unable to keep it in play with his ball downfield. Two rear-siders on the wrong wavelength, Henderson and Pickford together there. Actually, quite a number of Sunderland flags I've seen around the stadium, presumably supporting the two Sunderland boys. Wabi Kazri, a Sunderland player in the opposing team.
Yeah.
Here is goalkeeper Ben Mustafa. Long ball from him, and again he's given possession straight back to England and Harry Maguire. 90 seconds to play at the end of this first half. Henderson to the right hand side to Trippier. Trippier's ball forward is blocked back to him. A little awkward, he had to be careful, and Tunisian player is down on the far side. It's left back Maloul. I'm already sensing, Chris, that you're becoming increasingly exasperated with the way players are going down at this World Cup.
Well, why doesn't the referee say it? Just say play on. I bet he gets up. He's had a ball from 3 yards which hit him on the side of his leg, a hip, and he's gone down. Look, holding his stomach. How is it holding his stomach? That's where they should use that VAR. Catch him out.
Can't use
Off. 10-game ban.
Can't use it for that, unfortunately. The yellow cards.
They should start using it.
Make a note of that. Next time I go to the referee's briefing, I'll say, excuse me, Chris Waddle says Tunisia won, England won. And Tunisia back in possession. Is Maloul okay, Chris? Is he back up?
Oh yeah, look at him.
He is. He's all right. A nation breathes easy, Tunisia. And England, who will be kicking themselves. I mean, what will the message be at half-time from Gareth Southgate?
Put the ball in the net. Wow, I've never seen, honestly, the chances have got, at this level of football, this game, honestly, it should be 5.
I said this to you when we were sitting at Elland Road watching them against Costa Rica. I remember saying to you, should England be worried about the fact they're not putting teams away?
Well, you can't fault the performance. They've been excellent. Getting to create chances on. There's another one fell down.
Well, the half-time whistle's gone.
The mosquito ran into him.
Half-time, England should be out of sight. However, it's 1-1, Chris.
Very frustrating. This game should be put to bed now. We should be going in saying I can make 3 changes and rest players if I want to. Should be game over. How they back in the game, I can't believe.
But it's not. Here in Volgograd, Tunisia won, England won, and it's back to Moscow. No, we were talking about that this afternoon, weren't we, Chris? That match in Marseille. But the second half gets underway here in Russia in 2018 with Tunisia kicking off. There are no further changes at half-time. So the Tunisia team, the substitute goalkeeper Ben Mustafa, the back four of Bron, Siam, Ben Yousaf, Maria and Maloul. In midfield, Skiri and Sarsi, the goal scorer, Sarsi from the penalty spot, Badri and Ben Yousaf, Fakhreddin Ben Yousaf in the wide areas, and Slitty behind Kazri, although there's been good movement actually on the occasions that they have come forward. And the England team, I'll run it through you in a moment again. In fact, I'll do it now as the ball goes back to Pickford. He's the goalkeeper. Walker, Stones and Maguire, Trippier and Young, Henderson, Lingard, Ali, Sterling and goal scorer Harry Kane. And I wondered about Dele Alli at half-time because Fabian Delph was being prepared at one stage, but Ali obviously okay to come out and begin the second half. So in this second period, Tunisia in the almost all-white kit with the red trim, red numbers, red names, against England in the almost red kit. And Tunisia playing from right to left as we look here. They play it back into their own half to Yassine Maria. And so England, Chris Waddle, the order of the day is now
to play like you did first half, and you create the chances, take them, and that's the key. They played ever so well. I can't fault the performance at all. They haven't come out with that intensity they started the game with. If you look at them, look, they've got the shape, but they're letting Tunisia have the ball, growing confidence. I thought the first 10 minutes, get after them, go and get the ball off them.
There will be a 606 on 5 Live tonight. Kelly Cates is hosting it from Moscow along with Terry Butcher. We'll let you know when the lines are open, but obviously you can get in touch on social media and tell us what you think of this performance tonight and all of the issues at 5 Live Sport or at BBC 606. You can text 85058. But England now There's a foul on Jordan Henderson, just stretching for the ball, possibly overstretching, but he's okay. He sits on the pitch and now gets to his feet. So a free kick for England, halfway inside the England half. The England supporters, the band, you can hear them probably, are here. It's a wide open concourse all the way around between the lower tier and the top tier, and I can see people milling around in there. And the attendance will be between 40 and 45,000 inside this brand new arena here in the city of Volgograd. And you're saying, Chris, that Slitty has gone up alongside Kazri.
Yep, we've gone 4-4-2, and they must have thought England were getting too much possession at the back and starting too many moves off, so they've gone 4-4-2.
Tactical change, and remember,
they've gone 5 at the back. Sorry, 3 at the back.
They have, and remember, that's what Nigeria did against England.
They've gone shape for shape.
And England, in that match at Wembley, in the penultimate World Cup warm-up, actually took a little while to get used to that, the opposition change of formation. Here is Slitty, who wins a throw-in on the far side for Tunisia.
He's had to change it, the manager, because, let's be honest, England really embarrassed them at times first half. Tunisia, they couldn't get near England, so they've thought we're going to basically go shape for shape in a way. And you've got to say, so far it's early in the second half, but Tunisia's dominating the possession.
That's Chris Waddle with us on 5 Live. Played it 2 World Cups for England, 62 caps, and Tunisia have conceded possession cheaply. Maria's just chipped it out of play on the halfway line. Throw-in to England that is going to be taken by Kieran Trippier. Close quarters to Jesse Lingard, who should have scored at least 1 goal in the first half. And there's a poor pass from Henderson, straight out of play. No, they've just not got the intensity here.
Yeah, they started the game ever so well, didn't they? They had 2 chances probably in the first 5 minutes, and so far it's Tunisia who's slowing the game, controlling the pace of the game. England haven't come out very quick out the traps, and that's definitely suiting Tunisia.
Throw in for the highest ranked African team in the world currently, Tunisia. They get the ball back on the left hand side. It's chipped forward by Ali Marloul, and now Badri gets the ball caught up underneath his feet. England are pressing here, Lingard and Sterling, but Tunisia are able to play it out towards the right hand side, where it's carried forward towards the halfway line by Braun. Now Skiri, Elias Skiri in centre midfield, up towards the halfway line, where Slitty turns away from Lingard, plays it forward and claims he was fouled. The referee waves play on. Kazri's taking it down the left-hand side onto his right foot, potentially dangerous for England, but then he gives possession away very cheaply. Kane to Sterling. Sterling plays it past his man. Sterling now, defenders coming back into position, and Sterling has to, well, he tried actually to slip a little ball through towards Lingard, and then it's back towards Ben Mustafa, the goalkeeper, at pace, coming out of his 6-yard box to his left, and he could only slice it behind for a corner.
Oh, terrible. I mean, Sterling here, he does ever so well to get on the ball and use his pace to get deep in the Tunisian half, but then he's got to get his head up and put his foot on the ball and pass it to a red shirt.
That's what England want, though. Players like Sterling running at the opposition defenders in dangerous areas. Trippier to take this corner from the right hand side. England have lined up 4 men almost in a line beyond the penalty spot. 4 defenders there with them in Tunisian white. The referee Roldan has got his eyes on this. Here's the delivery from Trippier, and it's headed goalward straight at the keeper. He was just able to readjust and move to his right in amongst the header coming in from in amongst a crowd of players as the ball's launched downfield, and Pickford is able to collect it quite comfortably. And again, the replays show that in amongst that crowd, Harry Kane was manhandled to the ground again.
Well, I just don't get it. That's 2 in a row we've saw in. There's still nothing happens. Yeah, I had a little look at the other one. I've not even looked at this one.
So England have to start again from the back. Now, I can't stress enough how strongly they worded it in the referee's briefing for the media, that they would take action against grappling in the penalty areas, and if they needed to give penalties would be given.
Who was doing all the talking? Pinocchio.
Pierluigi.
I wasn't far off then.
No. Tunisia with the ball inside their own half. The score, Tunisia 1, England 1. Lots to be positive about for England in the first half. They took the lead. Here's Pickford outside of his penalty area, and the offside flag is up. Scary moment as Pickford came out, didn't get there, and Khazri was able to take it on, but he was in an offside position. Yeah, Harry Kane scored early in the match in the 11th minute. Great start for England, just what they wanted. Harry Kane, his 14th goal for England in his 25th appearance. That's becoming a very good strike rate at international level. And Tunisia equalising, though, with the penalty that was conceded by Kyle Walker, the flailing arm that was picked up by the referee, and Ferjani Sassi scored that to make it 1-1. But England, so many chances in the first half. We heard that welter of statistics that Mark Chapman mentioned. And England now trying to edge themselves back in front here in the World Cup opener for these two teams. Sterling, deflected ball to Ali, now to the left-hand side. Young's ball across, poor. There were three options for him in the middle, but hit it straight at one of the defenders who cleared it away, and then a foul on the halfway line by Khazri on Maguire, and it's a free kick for him.
Well, Ashley Young, first ball he's put in with his left foot, wasn't the best, cleared. Sterling did well, little check.
Anxious times these at the start of the second half. Still in the first 10 minutes of the second period. Next, with England, we go to Nizhny Novgorod, which is also on the Volga River, for the game against Panama, and then to Kaliningrad, right out back to the west, the most westernmost venue for the game against Belgium. England desperately want to start with a win here, and they've had enough chances already to have secured that, but it is still level at 1-1. Now a touch on the edge of the area. It comes back to Harry Kane. Kane out to the left-hand side into the full-back position. The challenge came in on him. It was a good one as well. Just took the ball away from him. Badri it was who put it in. And Tunisia clear poorly to Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire's going on one of those Maguire wonders into the left-back position. Pulls the cross over. The touch in the middle, though, controlled it from Sian Ben Youssef, who was able to recover and clear it away. And now it's back to Ben Mustafa, who again, looking not the most confident with the ball at his feet. Plays the ball out, and Tunisia are having to play it away from the back, but in danger of losing possession. Lingard got a touch. Tunisia still have it. They're taking some risks here. Badri playing it out to the right-hand side. This is great pressing from England, though, it must be said, and it's deflected out of play for a throw into Tunisia on the far side.
Great, I agree with you, John. Pressing's great. Give Tunisia a little bit of credit there. Very brave in areas where normally nobody would pass the ball or play. They did.
Throw in 1-1. Lines will be open for 6:06 when I tell you. Here's Kane through the middle, bouncing ball, runs away from him, and Saim Ben Youssef is able to turn it up the right-hand side, and this is going to be taken on by Bron, but Bron's ball forward is nowhere near Khazri, and England have got it at the back. Thousands and thousands of Tunisian supporters here, coming to see their first match, their team's first match at a World Cup for 12 years, so great occasion for them. Not won a game since their very first match against Mexico back at Argentina 78. It would be a thing to behold for those Tunisian fans, many of them wearing the little red fezzes on top of their heads, dotted around the stadium here, and the ball bouncing through for a goal kick to Tunisia. And England haven't really got into their stride yet in the second half.
No, we've said before, it's about 90 minutes managing it. It's hard to play the tempo England played first half. They really did. The pressing was absolutely brilliant. And now they're feeling the pace slightly. They've come off it. Tunisia obviously changed their shape, which has caused England a little bit of a problem.
It has. Maguire towards Henderson. This is still inside England territory, and Maguire turns and plays it back to Pickford, who had to be quick, but he was. And under pressure from Khazri, he's just launched it left-footed away downfield, where it bounces through to goalkeeper Ben Mustafa. So again, it will be Tunisia to start from the back. Number of substitutes are warming up there. Down to our right, not far away from where Rachel Burden is watching. Marcus Rashford is one of them. Here's Harry Kane. Kane now just waits and waits, and then slips the pass down into the full-back position for Henderson. Henderson pulls it across towards the back post. Dele Alli was struggling there, really tried to pull it down as he was running in at pace, and actually I'm not sure he got a touch on it. Lingard stretching forward, but the referee's given the free kick from Maguire's initial foul on Khazri. Taken quickly by Tunisia, getting the ball back in play on this sultry night.
They're like the Harlem Globetrotters, aren't they, Tunisia? It's the risk they're playing. It's like exhibition stuff.
Dangerous team. Started poorly in this game. Were hamstrung as well by the loss of the young goalkeeper Hassan, who had to go off with a shoulder injury inside the first 15 minutes. They were already 1-0 down at that stage. But with the game as it is now, they've recovered well. They've made this change that Chris is talking about, changing to 3 at the back from the 4. Long ball forward now, but Trippier's underneath it and is able to head it back into his penalty area for Jordan Pickford to actually pick up the ball. Pickford was looking to bowl it out there, and he underarms it to his right, to Walker. Henderson, and now England playing it across the back line to Stones. He should have scored in the first half as well. Couple of opportunities. One, a magnificent save from the young goalkeeper when Harry Kane opened the scoring, just popped it in the 6-yard box when it fell to him from the save. But he had another chance as well, John Stones. But as we were saying, half the players out there in the England team have had chances in this game. Now here's Lingard cutting in from the left-hand side, drifts past one challenge, little touch into the penalty area, but Harry Kane isn't able to, it doesn't stick for Kane as the challenge came in on him. So Tunisia partly clear. Sterling very closely challenged, goes down in a heap and actually stands up. The referee's right there, just a little bit of afters there involving Sarsi and Sterling. England are still in possession in the central third of the pitch. Henderson, angle pass through the middle towards Lingard. Kane in a deeper lying position through to Sterling on the edge of the penalty area. Sterling, challenges come in on him from 2 sides, just got it caught underneath his feet. Clearance is affected, but back to England again, and they are just building the momentum here again. England parked inside the Tunisian half. 1-1 the score. Lingard, little touch out towards his clubmate Ashley Young on the far side of the field. Back it comes to Maguire. Now here's Kyle Walker, part of this all Yorkshire England 3-man back line. Stones to Trippier on the right hand side. Trippier has 2 men on it. He uses John Stones, who swirls in a pass towards the back post that is headed away. Sterling though nods it back to Young. Young's on his right foot, turns onto his left towards the byline. Then the challenge comes in on him and it's deflected out of play.
Good pressure by England. Just looking for that quality cross, quality shot. Can he get into that chance?
Throw in taken quickly. England putting some pressure on Tunisia now. Back it goes towards Lingard, and he returns it towards the halfway line. Henderson now with a crossfield ball, diagonal. Trippier takes it down inside the penalty area, and the cross is deflected wide of the near post and behind for an England corner.
Great ball by Jordan Henderson, wasn't he? Just 10 yards over the halfway line, just up there, left the centre circle, hit diagonal right at the feet of Trippier. Wonderful. He should do that more.
Yeah, it's one of his trademarks though, isn't it, to hit it like that. It shades of Gerrard, the way that he does that. The man he succeeded as the Liverpool captain. So again, we see this lineup, Chris, for the corner here.
They're actually marking now. There was zonal, now they're marking.
Yeah, we've got a group of 4 England players and 4 Tunisia players. And let's just keep an eye on the. Yep. You keep an eye on it, Chris. On Harry Kane in particular.
Okay.
They know that the danger is great from him. Trippier takes the corner. It's headed goalwards. An overhead kick by Kane as he peeled away, but he was kicking it back from the dead ball line, and Tunisia were able to scramble it away towards the halfway line. He managed to actually escape there, didn't he, and took up a position at the back post, Harry Kane. Balled into the penalty area, aiming for Sterling, but that's cleared away.
I don't think Tunisia in the last 10 minutes have got high out the field in 25 yards.
No, from out of their own defensive third, and then Sterling is picked up for a little tug, and it's a free kick to Tunisia. The lines are open for 606, but how that develops with Kelly Cates and Terry Butcher in Moscow, when we'll be taking your calls on 08 085 909 693, depends on what happens in the next half hour. That's how long there is to play, given the added time that there will be at the end of the match. So 08 085 909 693. Text on 85058. Get in touch at BBC 606, at 5 Live Sport if you use social media, and as well, every morning when you can wake up, you can download the 5 Live World Cup Daily podcast, and tomorrow it'll feature all the reaction to to this match. We will be speaking, we hope, live with Gareth Southgate from downstairs in the stadium after the match here. That will appear in 6:06. But England with the ball and a throw in deep inside their own half.
I just think it needs freshening up. We've got decent possession, England. There's not the tempo's not wrong. Dele Alli, Lingard are not in the game at the minute. It's all down to Sterling, who's given the ball away a lot of times where he should look after it. Kane obviously is a main threat. But I may be looking at it, could he get Rashford, Loftus-Cheek on, maybe just to freshen it up.
Tunisia under pressure, ball's played all the way back to Ben Mustafa, slides out of his penalty area. He's petrified about Raheem Sterling's pace, Ben Mustafa, and so back it goes to England. Young, higher ball this time over the top. It's nutted infield by Dele Alli, but behind Sterling, and Maria was able to come across and clear it away. England dominating possession now, but still a scoreline of 1-1. Anxious moments here. Henderson plays it to the left-hand side, dominating possession, dominating the play, not creating much.
Not creating any chances though, not like first half where it was shooty in time for them, but they couldn't score. So
Henderson's long ball forward, asking a lot of Lingard, and he can't keep it in play, and it's behind for a goal kick.
This is where you can look at it now and say, is somebody come off the pace? How can I change it a little bit? How can I change this? Dele Alli's not had a touch taken off, and Lingard hasn't really made many runs forward. So where they're feeling the heat, the pace of the game, it's caught up with them. But it's up to Gareth Southgate obviously to change it. But I'll be looking to get some fresh legs on going forward.
Yeah, and well done to you, Chris. I suspect that was the first time the phrase "shooty in time" has ever been used in Volgograd. Poor clearance from Ben Mustafa. Now here's Harry Kane. He was being tugged. He shrugged it off. Plays it forward to Sterling, who runs down into the full-back position. Sterling evades his man. Little piece of trickery, then a back heel to Young, but Young is unable to get there, and he's actually blocked by Ben Youssef, who wins a free kick.
That's what frustrates you with Raheem Sterling. Unbelievable pace. Goes past his first man. It's careless, loose, back heel. Gives away a possession. Gives away a free kick when England are high up the field asking questions. Again, he gives the ball away.
It was one of the debates, wasn't it? Rashford or Sterling? And he's not had a great night, Sterling.
No, he hasn't. He gives the ball away too much, and he's obviously in front of goal. He's missed a couple of really good chances.
Not scored for England for well over 2.5 years, Raheem Sterling. Just had the goal-scoring season of his career with Manchester City. I felt, watching him for England, that the goals are coming. Sterling involved near the halfway line, Dele Alli as well. Now Henderson on the left-hand side. Henderson's influence actually is growing in this game, the Liverpool captain. And here he is again in possession. Turned 28 yesterday. Henderson says, where's the movement there? And he has to play the ball back towards the halfway line to John Stones, who puts his foot on the ball, plays it square to Walker. Walker's going to have a little foray forward. And now Trippier on the right-hand side. Walker's continued his run. Stones back to Trippier, and actually they have to go back to Pickford. Still the England substitutes are warming up down there, way to the right, not far away from where Rachel Burden is standing behind the goal, where all of the England flags are draped over the middle tier of the stand. At the moment, the score is 1-1, and Kyle Walker, with 25 minutes to play, Walker takes it on, halfway inside the Tunisian half. Lingard stands up to the challenge that comes in on him from Skiri. Takes it all the way back towards the halfway line. That's trying to start a Mexican wave now. Harry Maguire's bringing it forward. Maguire to the edge of the D. Thought about a shot, I think, but actually curls a pass to the right-hand side to Trippier. Now back towards Henderson. He clips it in teasingly to the back post. Maguire was closest to it, but as he stretched for it, it just bounced beyond him and through for a goal kick.
It just seems to be the same players. Jordan Henderson's really involved. He's having a really good game, Jordan Henderson. And Harry Maguire making his runs forward with John Stones. And I'm just looking to think, what can we get any more from Sterling, Lingard and Ali? They've just sort of gone out of the game.
The referee is talking with one of the Tunisian central defenders. They've got a man off the field actually down here. Kazri is he receiving some treatment? He was a little bit of a doubt, remember, Kazri. He did carry an injury into the World Cup, didn't play in the warm-up matches. I think they've repaired him, they've strapped him up, and he's back on the field. And that wave now is making its way around the stadium. 1-1, 5 live. Lines open for 6:06 to talk to Terry Butcher and Kelly Cates, who will be in Moscow to reflect on this match and what happens in the remainder of it. And England now are going to make a change, and it is Marcus Rashford, Chris. I think that was almost inevitable that Rashford would be introduced.
The form he played in that last friendly against Qatar, he was brilliant that night, and if he can play like that and get his shooting boots on, which he did that night, England go and win the game.
1-1, Rashford about to be introduced for his World Cup debut. We're almost midway through the first half here. England winning another free kick. Harry Kane plays it forward, an awkward ball, but Sterling's done well, plays it infield. Young with the run to the edge of the area, slightly behind him. Kane is then challenged and goes down. He was caught on the shins, and the free kick is given England's way. Left of centre, 25 yards out, and before the free kick is taken, Raheem Sterling is going to be replaced by Marcus Rashford.
Well, I can see that. Sterling not had the best game. He's obviously a threat with his pace, but he's given the ball away too much for me tonight. Never looked after it. And I'd get Rashford on now and take the free kick even.
And so into the action comes England's number 19, 20-year-old Marcus Rashford, this Manchester lad, making his World Cup debut, his first appearance at the World Cup finals, his 20th cap for England. He's not going to take the free kick.
It's Trippier.
It's Trippier who's going to take it. He's been the man that England have designated.
That's not 10 yards neither, by the way.
The Tunisian wall, which is, well, the white line is there.
There's about 30 in that wall at the minute.
Most of the Tunisian team are in the wall. Left of centre, Kieran Trippier.
It's never 10 yards.
He told me a couple of weeks ago he's only ever scored, he said, something like 5 free kicks in his entire career. Trippier with the free kick, it's over the wall and it bounces wide by a yard.
Why didn't Marcus Rashford take it? We've seen him take free kicks, he's very good at them.
I don't know.
And that's gone, what, a couple of yards wide. I don't think it was ever going to trouble, no pace on it. It's funny, isn't it? First half England were really outstanding, I thought, apart from putting the ball in the net. And this second half they've really struggled, and they've changed the system, which England's going to come up across. A lot of teams will do this.
And now Rashford playing it rather more up front alongside Kane than Sterling was. Kane got a touch to Rashford. Here's his first touch, sets off, beats his man, plays it through the Kane on the edge of the penalty area. Important challenge, good one actually from Bron, the right back, who just came in with the tackle, timed it well on Harry Kane on the edge of the area, and the ball ran through to goalkeeper Ben Mustafa. Tunisia 1, England 1.
I've got to say, I don't know what people think when they'll probably ring in whatever, but Tunisia are terrible. They are terrible.
You thought they were going to be better than this?
I was expecting them really a talented side who looked after the ball and moved it on. Well, he couldn't get it off them.
Stones, we were saying the same thing about opponents. Russia 2 years ago in England's opening match at Euro 2016. England didn't win that game. Back to Young. Young now to Henderson. Henderson lifts it into the penalty area, bounces through. Dele Alli was almost in, but the offside flag was up in any case, and the goalkeeper's gathered it.
Good football. First time we saw Dele Alli second half, let's be honest, but these are for the taking, John. These are the ones you win games, mate. These are a game which Tunisia cannot live with England. I can't remember them being. Have they been in the I can't remember being over the halfway line second half.
But England have created relatively little at the other end. However, Rashford's on the field now, and we'll see what difference that makes. England, if you didn't hear in the first half, I don't know where you've been, as Harry Kane is challenged, ends up down on the ground, but no free kick. Tunisia have got it back, and this time it's Lingard doing the pressing, a clearance, an unconvincing clearance from Maria, and now Badri has to play it back to Maria again. Malul passes it infield, and there's a touch square from Skiri, and now I think Tunisia will cross the halfway line. Here's one for Khazri to chase. He's all on his own. He's on the right side of the area. He shoots from the angle, but it was blocked at source almost by John Stones. Kept in play on the far side. Kept in play. Sarsi, the Tunisian goal scorer from the penalty spot in the first half. It's 1-1 at half time. Still 1-1. Now England just standing off, and the shot is poor really from the central area from Slitty. Yeah. Well wide by 7 or 8
Khazri, great run by Khazri. Went for the shot early, good block by Stones. That's the only check we've had that second half. It's been all England.
There are just over 41,000 people inside the stadium with us here in Volgograd. 41,000 so round about 4,000 empty seats. Great event this for Volgograd, as Kane heads the ball on through the middle. Rashford is chasing, and it's hooked away, cleared away by Braun on the edge of the box. Comes back for England. Maguire, thousands of the spectators putting the lights on their mobile phones. Ball up towards Dele Alli, a touch from Lingard. Now Rashford sets off, beats his man brilliantly. Rashford to the edge of the penalty area, tried to lay it into the path of Dele Alli. Just got it inches wrong, and so Tunisia were able to play it back to goalkeeper Ben Mustafa.
And bringing actually a forward on.
Tunisia,
more.
England with it on the left-hand side. Rashford has definitely lifted the England performance here. Young concedes a foul in the full-back position, and it's a free kick to Tunisia. It is the change. This is the second Tunisian change, remember. It's Slitty who's making way. And actually, Ayman, the substitute who's coming onto the field, Mohamed Amin Ben Amma, is a defensive midfielder who is coming on. Was very much a part of the qualifying campaign, but with the changes that the coach Nabil Maloul has made, brought in a number of players, the French-born players. He's ended up being only a substitute for the first World Cup match, and he, the number 14, is taking a position right in front of this back line.
They're clinging on here for this draw. They may get the odd counter-attack, which they don't deserve anything, let's be honest. They've been terrible, I think, but they're clinging on. They're going to think a draw will be a massive result in the right.
1-1 remains the score. England still have two changes they could make. Got just under 20 minutes to play. This is 5 Live from the BBC as Tunisia present possession back to England yet again. Stones receives it once more. Stones forward towards Maguire, who might go on another wander here because space is opened up in front of him. He does so, crosses the halfway line, gives it to his left to Ashley Young. Little touch in field. Rashford has dropped deep, and in fact Lingard, as I speak, Lingard's the furthest forward of the England players. Harry Kane drops deep as well. Pass driven forward by Walker. It's missed by one defender but runs through harmlessly for a goal kick. Lingard on the chase but couldn't get there.
Well, he's got... Can he get Loftus-Cheek on? Maybe some fresh legs on the ball. Somebody... Lingard for me is feeling the pace, and Dele Alli's... I can't even touching the ball hardly second half.
Well, he did. You know, we thought he was going to be replaced at the end of, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Delph was ready to come on, and Dele Alli obviously then indicated that he was okay. I can see the top of Gareth Southgate's head just in front of the blue top of the England dugout. Whether they are thinking about another change in there, not sure whether there's any movement. The ball deflects out of play. Trippier is going to take this. The score remains 1-1. Henderson back towards Trippier.
Yeah, actually, John, you could put Rashford as a number 10, and you could put Jamie Vardy up front. And these are not going to come out. Look, they've got a back line of 28 now.
And you can only have 23 in the squad. Young plays it up the left-hand side, and Dele Alli, though, on his heels, wasn't able to get there. The defender came forward, and now Tunisia passing it away towards the halfway line. That's an awful pass, straight out of play from Badri, throwing to England. If England do not win this match,
please,
it will be a huge disappointment. Walker to Maguire on the left-hand side. Now Ashley Young. 15 minutes to play. Time is beginning to run out, and it's still 1-1. Panama and Belgium to play. Belgium getting underway with a 3-0 win against the Panamanians today. Trippier on the right-hand side. Trippier twisting and turning, giving it to Rashford. Rashford now to Walker. Walker's ball across is easily cleared away, left-footed on the edge of the 6-yard box for a throw-in that Trippier takes quickly. England's constant pressure continues. Trippier now towards Lingard. Lingard with a flick. Trippier, he has Walker available on the right-hand side. He uses Rashford. Rashford takes a touch, goes round. Defender Maria then beats him for a second time on his left foot. Beats him again onto his right. Still Rashford, now back to Trippier. Trippier lifted in towards the back post. Kane stretching for it, tried to drag it back towards Lingard. He did so, but the defender nipped in to clear it. Maguire now. wave after wave of England attack.
I'd say to Rashford, just stand on his right wing for 10 minutes, because you can't go through the middle. Look at the 3, 4, 5 of them really close together. You've got to go wide. You've got to get wide, you've got to get in behind them, put balls in behind from the angles, from the width.
The packed Tunisian defence. And as I'm looking now, it's a back line of 6 with 3 right in front of them. But England use Dele Alli. Henderson now. Oh, Lingard goes down. He was shoved over on the edge of the penalty area.
This one.
Free kick to England. And he's given it actually for the initial challenge on Dele Alli just outside the D.
Yeah. This is a great position, this.
Well, Rashford on the field now. Trippier took the previous free kick. This is a little closer. Actually, England have moved it. It's going to be about a yard outside of the penalty area.
I think Ashley Young fancies it.
Young, but Rashford does as well. And Trippier. The 3 of them are talking about this. So it's 1-1. With England here at the World Cup. And with 12 and a half minutes to play. It looks as though it's going to be Ashley Young. Rashford's moved away to the right, and Trippier's talking to him and telling Rashford to take a position in the wall.
He's got to hit it where the goalie's standing.
Scored.
He's not going to get it up and over the way. I hope he does, but just pace where the goalie's standing.
Scored a brilliant free kick. Remember this season against Watford, Ashley Young. It is quite close. It's 1-1. Free kick time. Can Ashley Young do a Ronaldo? He waits, 1 foot in front of the other. The referee's still not happy, because actually Jordan Henderson and a couple of the Tunisians, and Henderson has some choice words, and Harry Kane is just trying to calm things down. The referee stepped away to let it just see its course, and now we'll speak to them. And still Ashley Young waits. Still Ashley Young waits. What a delay. Young with a free kick over the wall, but over by a yard of the angle of post and bar to goal kick.
You've got to go where they got. So get that up and over. Yeah, Ronaldo may be able to do it. Well, there's not many can. Well, that's got to be where the goalie's standing. A lot of pace. And if he spills it, it's a tap in.
Rashford could have taken it. Yeah. Harry Kane's a potential free kick taker.
Why doesn't Harry Kane take it?
England are now going to make the change, and it is Loftus-Cheek. Chris, as you suggested it might be, and there's been no particular indication that Loftus-Cheek was going to be used. But this is another big moment here as young Ruben Loftus-Cheek, 22 years old, steps into the World Cup and pulls up his left sleeve over his shoulder as Dele Alli sprints off the field. So it's Loftus-Cheek on for Dele Alli.
Yeah, good change. Dele Alli looked like, as you said, he was carrying an injury. Nearly got sub first half, but second half hardly touched the ball.
So Loftus-Cheek on. So this young England squad, Gareth Southgate has brought on a couple of his youngsters, the 20-year-old Rashford, the 22-year-old Loftus-Cheek, to see if they can swing this England's way. 10 minutes to play, slightly over that, and it's still 1-1. Looked so good for England in the first half, the early goal, all of the pressure, all of the chances, but they couldn't put them away. And then the penalty given for a flailing arm, a stray arm really. It was little more than that, but it did catch the Tunisian forward Ben Youssef. Penalty was given, and 1-1 was the result, and it stayed like that. But England now with Loftus-Cheek into the action, and free kicks given for the challenge on Jordan Henderson.
They're quite happy to keep giving silly free kicks away, slow the game, change the pace of the game, the momentum. And you know, it's all England, and it's been England basically the whole game, but they're quite happy to slow this game down and just run the clock down.
And we are now into the last 10 minutes of this match. Lines are open for 606. 08, 085, 909, 693. Well, this is the highest line that Tunisia have had to defend a set piece. That Young plays over the top towards the back post. I think Harry Maguire might have been being pulled there, but Maguire now challenging for the ball that's deflected out of play.
Yes, you got that right, the linesman, but
off Maguire for a Tunisian
no
throw.
rush for this. It's an unbelievable result for Tunisia. Unbelievable.
There is always the potential at 1-1 that it could be better than a draw for Tunisia.
No, you've got to get over the halfway line first.
Tunisia with Ben Arma showing no ambition at all Ben-Ama had a little look forward towards Khazri. He's been like a spectator, Khazri, in the second half.
He's been standing talking to the coach most of the game.
He actually came and had a drink of a water bottle at one stage when the ball and England were parked downfield. This would be a big, big disappointment if England can't get over the line here. It's 1-1. And the ball is played for Bron, who does actually cross the halfway line for Tunisia. But England have won possession back, and John Stones, in that stately fashion, plays it square to Trippier. And now Walker. Walker turns away and threads a pass out to the left-hand side to Ashley Young. And Young and forward now, down the left-hand side. It's with Marcus Rashford. Loftus-Cheek waits in the middle. Rashford now cutting into the penalty area. Goes towards the byline and looked to weave his way around the two defenders there, one of whom got a touch to put it behind for an England corner.
Well, it was good defending. He blocked, he got the lane of Rashford, and you could say it's a free kick technically, but he didn't. He got a corner out of it.
Time running out. If England are going to win this opening match for them at this World Cup. Young to take the corner, right-footed, into the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper Ben Youssef. Ben Mustafa comes, gets a punch on it.
Foul.
And actually was challenged as he punched it, and the free kick's been given Tunisia's way.
This will take a while.
And both Ben Mustafa and John Stones, who put in the challenge. I mean, Stones
got the worst of that, John Stones.
He did. The goalkeeper punched the ball and also caught Stones with a follow-through. But Stones is okay. He's back on his feet. He's caught by the goalkeeper's arm, actually.
They're really running on quick as well, onto the physio and whoever for Tunisia.
They've got there now.
He's got his sandwich box for the beach.
Ben Mustafa. Tunisia have already lost one goalkeeper in this match. I would doubt that Ben Mustafa would have to go off as well.
No chance. He's just running.
In actual fact, Tunisia are going to make their third change regardless of the fact that their goalkeeper is down injured. Obviously, the coach will wait.
I think somebody's told him, look, I think one of his coaches is telling him, he's up.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. Actually, we've just seen a picture on our screen here of the Tunisian goalkeeper who started the match, Mouaz Hassan, with his left arm in a sling. So, that must be the end of his World Cup. Really feel for him. Left the field in tears. And then Tunisia are going to make this final change. It's actually the captain, Khazri, who's off. And he's offered the captain's arm. He hasn't left the field yet because of the issue of who puts the captain's armband on. So this is winding down the clock. And still, Sabah Khalifa is waiting to come on. He is a striker, 31 years old. And Khazri still hasn't left the field.
He's given the left back.
No, he hasn't. He's just been congratulated by Malul. He gave the captain's armband, I think, to Skiri in the middle. Well, that's a lengthy stoppage. The goalkeeper receiving treatment, the whole substitution. And now we're into the last 5 minutes, but there must be at least 5 minutes.
And the rest.
England being held to a 1-1 draw, and that is the correct phrase. The disappointment is that England haven't created more in the second half, but Tunisia changed their system at half-time and have been more difficult to break down.
They went to 3 at the back, well, sometimes 5 at the back, and England, you've got to say though, England did come off the pace. The energy levels first half were far better than they were second half, which you expect.
Rashford has lifted England though.
Look how high this
got a free kick on the right, England.
He's got to be booked.
The Malul, who's not retreating 10 yards. Free kick, Trippier waiting to take. Malul is not 10 yards away.
What's the referee doing? Look at him.
And Trippier is saying that the left back is nowhere near 10 yards away. Trippier plays the free kick in. It's headed away by the first defender. Malul can't keep it in. Trippier's ready to take a quick throw. It bounced back off the advertising hoardings. Takes it towards Walker. 10 yards inside the Tunisian half. Goes to Lingard on the left-hand side. Lingard has available Maguire, who turns it back towards Ashley Young. No ambition whatsoever from Tunisia. They will take a point from this match, and if they get more, well, great. Loftus-Cheek now down the right-hand side, crosses it, took a deflection, and Ben-Ama, a touch from him, And now the new captain
offside.
Skiri plays it to the newly arrived Khalifa, who was offside.
Just 3 yards over the top, and he was offside. More pressure.
Quick free kick. Just over 3 minutes to play. It's still 1-1 in England's opening match at this World Cup. Ashley Young plays it back towards the halfway line. Stones, square to Walker. Walker, now to Trippier. Trippier's first time touch to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek beats the defender, plays it across. Rashford dummied it. Lingard bounced away from him, and that packed Tunisian penalty area scraped it away downfield.
I think he got a shout there. Rashford was going to hit that. I think Lingard shouted.
And then wasn't able to take advantage. Trippier on the right-hand side again, back to Henderson. Henderson picks out the low pass to Loftus-Cheek on the right, who's made a promising start. Now Rashford turns into the penalty area. The challenge comes in on him, and it takes the ball away from Rashford, who wins it back. And then Loftus-Cheek couldn't find Rashford with a flick, and Tunisia might just be about to break downfield. And that Khalifa is onside. Khalifa up against Walker. Walker shrugs him off the ball and plays it back towards Pickford. Just over 2 minutes to play.
They can't get a breather, can they, Tunisia? It's a wave after wave, and the concentration's been good from them.
Yeah, they've been really difficult to find a way through in the second half. When in the first half, England were cutting through them at will. Didn't take the chances. Sterling, Lingard, Stones.
You run out of fingers.
Now, that's an excellent turn by Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek into the full-back position, heading for the byline. Couldn't keep it in as he pulled it back on the stretch.
Got to hit it.
And it's a goal kick.
He's got to hit it, John. You know when he did the lovely turn there, he got away from his man. That's when he had to hit it. He had the angle and everything. Just fizzed it across that 6-yard line. Extra touch, runs out of play.
Well, now, Chris, it's a little like when you and I were watching the match. When we were having our lunch today, the Sweden-South Korea, when Sweden were 1-0 up, and we were saying, how many will they get another good chance? South Korea. Same applies for England now.
They'll get a chance.
I like your thinking. 1 minute to play. Or will Tunisia get a chance? Ball played forward towards Khalifa, but Walker does brilliantly against him.
Too quick, Kyle Walker.
Far too quick.
Really
and
quick.
Then Trippier nutmegs Khalifa, and Walker plays it across the penalty area to Stones, and England start from inside their own half. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're now in the 90th minute, and it is Tunisia 1, England 1, and unless England can come up with a late winner, it's going to be a frustrating and, yes, disappointing start to England's World Cup campaign here in Russia. Rashford plays it back towards Stones. Let's just see it's 4 minutes, you know. I think I've just seen on I think I've just seen on the board that it's 4 minutes of added time.
There's a zero after it.
Here's Lingard. Lingard now in the edge of the penalty area. Tries to take it round the outside. Loftus-Cheek's there, but that's a strong challenge that comes in on him from the newly arrived Ben Amma. And Ben Amma, I think, has conceded a corner. He has been put under pressure from Loftus-Cheek.
Why didn't he just play it down the lane, kick it long?
There's confirmation. 4 minutes of added time.
Why are these officials? It's embarrassing.
That's the bare minimum. That's just wrong. 1-1 the score. 6:06 to follow. Corner. Trippier to take it. Maguire with the header. It's nodded in by Kane! Harry's done it for St George! He's won the opening match for England in Russia! He was there, heading it in the 6-yard box. 2-1 England!
Well, it's what they deserve. And we kept thinking, will Harry Kane get another chance in the game? And he did. And I'm glad it's fell to him at far post. Again, a set piece, flicked on. Is it Maguire who gets up?
Yep.
And he heads it across. There's nobody more than Kane. He's lost his marker. Heads it straight on the target, into the roof of the net. And you've got to say, England thoroughly deserved this win.
How Harry Kane managed to get into a position in the 6-yard box where he was all alone. But, clever, really. He just found that position for himself. Yeah. And it's Tunisia 1, England 2, everyone. Calm your nerves.
Exactly. The way they deserve it. Listen, it should have been 6, never mind 2.
And now, I think 4 minutes is about right. Don't you think?
I think
added time?
I would say 30 seconds, me personally, but we've got to give something to England. The officials have given them nothing.
Well, we saw Gareth Southgate's brilliant reaction. I think he almost did a Sergei Bubka. Gareth Southgate. He jumped so high without the assistance of a pole. And England are going to make a change, and guess what? England are in no hurry to make it. It's Jesse Lingard leaving the field. Well, I mean, so different to 2 years ago in that ill-fated campaign in France in the opening match when England were frustrated by Russia. And here it's England who've come up with a late goal in the first minute of added time. Harry Kane's second goal of the match. The captain has delivered, and Eric Dyer's coming on for the final moments of this match. No slips now, England, as Tunisia hump it forward down the middle for Khalifa, who's going to chase it. The bouncing ball on the edge of the penalty area. Henderson comes across and is able to lift it out of play. I make it we've got a minute and 15 seconds to play. 2-1 England lead. Now, that's a nice little change of feet by Badri on the left-hand side, but he's overrun it through for a goal kick. And obviously England, Jordan Pickford, will be in no hurry to take this. Chris Waddle.
Slow it right down. No rush at all. Let the clock run out. They've thoroughly deserved it. I hope it stays like this, which hopefully it will. England's been a better side. Second half not as good. Would give Tunisia credit to change their system, but I've not been impressed by Tunisia at all. Not at all. In England, far better in every department.
So the story dramatically changes with that goal from Harry Kane. That makes it 15 goals in 25 England appearances for the captain, who's got a brilliant record with the armband on. And he's challenged for the ball here. Harry Kane just flicking it on, just watching him. He was just holding his lower right leg. That is what England do not need. So give us a ring, 08085 909 693 for 606 tonight. And talk to Kelly Cates and Terry Butcher, who will be hosting the programme from Moscow. But we'll bring you reaction as well from down below in the stadium. Gareth Southgate is lined up to talk to us live, and we'll see who else we can bring on the programme. There's the final whistle in Volgograd, and England start this 2018 World Cup with a last gasp win, courtesy of 2 goals from their captain, Harry Kane.
Well, I've got to say, England first half, brilliant. What let them down? They didn't take the chances, didn't put the ball in the net. Second half, Tunisia changed the system. England found it hard. Dele Alli and Lingard came off the pace, but it's that man Harry Kane who saves the day. Corner have been dangerous from set pieces all night. Flicked on by Maguire. Harry Kane there. We thought he'd get a chance. He got it, and England thoroughly deserved. The score flatters Tunisia 2-1. It should have been a lot more.
In the end, there are no flies on England, and I think the word that applies is few. England 1, Tunisia 1, England 2.